and welcome to Kandit News. I'm Johnny Rosario.
And I'm Troy Torres.
It is September 28 on this lovely Tuesday afternoon, and I just want to say thank you.
It's lunch hour.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This is lunch hour news.
Oh, it is.
So I got you a soubrette. These are the new things at Circle K 76.
It smells delicious. And I have a habit of smelling
hot dogs?
Everything before I put it in my mouth.
So it's like a Teresa's Puck Puck, but I think it tastes better than a Teresa's Puck Puck. And so Joanne over at Circle K told me that the way you eat this in New York is you only put mustard on it. So, all right, while we're putting this mustard on it, this is a one subject show today. Johnny actually did this is it Sunday? Sunday. She brought you this story, but we just feel it was a part of the news that we did. Where there was just so much news on Sunday that we had to bring out because we were so behind on everything, and so we wanted to make this its own thing, and it has to do with a story that we began to follow in April of this year, almost half a year ago, involving Guam police officers who went into and destroyed a home on 163 Estrelita Street in Tamuning on March 31 of this year. They, in order to conceal their destruction of this home, basically crime, they stole the surveillance system that was inside the house, not realizing that the surveillance system was recording to the cloud. And so the renters of the unit sent us the footage, and you know, I have to admit that at first, because, and we're not going to give away the names of the victims here, but at first I was like, you know, I don't know, is this something that we want to get involved in? Because, you know, and I was a little judgmental about it because the people involved were not necessarily on the right side of the law, right? But then we saw the video, and then we thought, wow. This is ridiculous. So one of the, when you're able to like look at the video, and we uploaded it somewhere on our website or on Facebook or something, but you can watch the one part where they're tossing panties around and cussing and making derogatory remarks, and one cop even sniffs the panty. But then there was this other part of the video that's just so much more obvious, and it is a cop who is destroying a TV, and we presented this, right? We showed this to our audience, and then we got an interview with the chief of police, and the chief of police said he's opening both a criminal and an internal affairs investigation.
We were interviewed as well.
Well, you were.
Me and Eric.
Oh.
Yeah, they interviewed us.
I was lazy, but they were able. Yeah, because we received the video. This is so delicious.
So that's how far the investigation went.
And nothing's come of it. And so here is a report by Johnny Rosario about how nothing's come of it, and
even up to now, none email,
nothing. And who, not the name of the person, but his association with the current administration. The cop who is on that video destroying someone's private property is a member of the governor's executive security team. And here's Johnny Rosario with that report.
It's a common assumption in politics. You're likely to get away with a crime if you're in the know. It appears being in has its perks as well. This is a surveillance footage of a Guam police officer destroying private property during a raid at a Tamuning residence in March. The couple who rented the home at the time said the officers tried to cover up this crime and the near total destruction of this house by stealing the home surveillance system. What they didn't realize is that it was recording to the cloud. In other footage from the same raid, other officers are seen tossing around a woman's panty while making derogatory remarks. One cop even sniffs it.
You see the artist in there? Yeah, there's a
But this footage of a cop briskly walking by a television mounted onto a wall and breaking it with a metal bar needs no introduction or explanation. The TV was not attacking him. It was not in his way. It had nothing to do with that raid. Kandit sent that footage to the Guam Police Department in April. Following public outcry, Police Chief Stephen Ignacio said he had opened both an internal and criminal investigation. It is nearly half a year later, and nothing has been done. That police officer remains on the beat. As a matter of fact, he's one of the security officers for the governor and lieutenant governor of Guam. Kandit has asked both the GPD and the Office of the Attorney General whether this police officer is being spared disciplinary action and criminal liability because of his political connections. We directly asked whether the governor, the lieutenant governor, or anyone from Guadalupe has interfered to prevent charges from being filed against this officer. There has been no official response. Guam law requires publication of reports of completed GPD internal affairs investigations onto GPD's website. Guam's premier agency tasked with the enforcement of the law has been in violation of the law for years now. This and other adjudicated IA cases are not published. On July 19 this year, after the IA review period, Kandit requested the documents pertaining to the case to determine whether GPD was holding its officer accountable for his actions. The GPD response reads, quote, "The GPD Internal Affairs section has completed its administrative investigation surrounding the search warrant that was served at House 163 Estrelita Street, Tamuning on March 31, 2021. By detectives and officers from the Criminal Investigation Divisions and Special Operations Division," end quote. No other mention of the IA investigation is made in this July 23 response to Kandit, nor were any documents attached. On September 10, Kandit followed up with the issue, the following questions to the police chief, with the Attorney General's office copied in the correspondence. "It is my understanding, based on the responses I received from GPD, that no disciplinary action appropriate to the illegal destruction of private property has been taken against any police officer involved with the raid into the rental home of," name redacted. The police officer clearly seen in surveillance footage provided to GPD was neither terminated nor suspended, and no criminal charges were ever filed against him. Is this because he is or was recently a member of the executive security team? Did anyone from Guadalupe intervene on this police officer's behalf? What explanation do you have for the public who may wonder why the GPD is not condemning this conduct with appropriate disciplinary action? Mr. Ignacio has not answered any of those questions.